Okay, Bus Bench Babes. Today we have a special treat for you. I am interviewing Amy Cotney, a realtor out of Auburn, Alabama, and she has become a TikTok sensation with over 1 million followers. Today we talk all about how she's built a completely authentic brand, how she handles her haters, and all about her hilarious husband, Kurt, even how she got him to wear a bunny suit. Amy is so much fun. Let's dive in.
You're listening to the Girl Get Your Face Off a Bus Bench podcast, where we invite you to check your ego at the app, grab a cup of coffee, and get ready to dive into all things real estate marketing, social media, friendship, hardship, love, money mindset, and all the things that celebrate you as a badass boss babe.
We're here to encourage you, show up for you, give you a loving kick in the pants when you need it most, and be your soft place to land on the hardest of days. So pull up a seat at our table and get ready to be inspired and start living your best life by design.
Welcome to the Girl Get Your Face Off a Bus Bench podcast. We are so excited you're here.
Okay, girls, let's dive in. Hi, Amy. Welcome to the show. It's so exciting to have you on.
Yes, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I live in the lovely state of Alabama. I live in Auburn. I'm a realtor in Auburn, Alabama. Well, I'm a lot of different things, but realtor is the cleanest version of what I am. I am, I'm a potpourri of a bunch of different things, but I sell real estate in Auburn, Alabama, full time.
I love that. And tell us, so like when you're not selling real estate, like what do you do for fun?
Yeah, well, that's, I'm going to be, it's a little slow right now. So what has Amy been doing for fun? Right. So I have 2 Airbnbs that I like today. That's a little bit of an issue today because I was turning the Airbnbs. What do I do for fun? I make a lot of content and video.
You and your hubby.
Yeah, that we have fun. That's our fun. And it's, for a lot of people, it's working, but like creating content for me is my happy and joyful place. And so I enjoy doing that. And that's for me, that's fun.
I love that. Okay. So one of the reasons I wanted to have you on the show is the AI on social media popped your videos into my social media, but it was your personal page. And I started watching your videos of you and your husband dancing, and I'm like, oh my God, that'd be so much fun if my husband would do that. And he never would in a million years. And then I started looking at your profile. I'm like, oh shit, she's a realtor. And then accidentally, I found you on the Tom Ferry page too. And we're both in Tom Ferry coaching. And I'm like, I feel like we're meant to be friends. And here we are.
That is so. Yeah. So I have my real estate business under another. I have two IGs.
Yeah.
And one is just where and like I don't know. I don't even know which one I started first. I've had them both for a long time, but the one is where I put the kids' pictures on there more because it's not real estate related. And then, but on that one, because I don't do like I do the poppy little reels. That one gets shown a little bit more. This is social. I'm talking social media now, which is my other big passion. And like I wouldn't say it's not a job to me because it makes me happy, and it's like one of my favorite pastimes is to dive into it and help people grow their businesses through social. So that one's been popping because I can use a lot more trendier sounds than I can when I'm selling real estate. So a lot of people find me over there first, and then they go over to Sweet Home. So
I think I've been following you for a couple of years. And then I showed your profile to Christy and she's like, oh my God, why am I not following her? I'm like, I know, but you need to now. So it's super fun to have you on the podcast. So like, tell us like from the beginning, you are crushing your brand, and we're all about building brands over here at the BPR Experience. Like, did you know like from the beginning that your brand was going to go viral like it has?
No, We started going viral probably in during COVID for sure on TikTok.
Yeah.
But my brand is it's not something I made up, or it's not something that I conjured in the middle of the night. It is completely me. Like that's
that's what's so special about it.
Yeah. So I can't. Like, I mean, we'll talk about real estate and my brand. So a lot of people in this small area I am, when I first started selling real estate, weren't really too crazy about Amy brand. Like, but that wasn't they're like, she's, I remember my first brokerage and they were like, I come in, I have all my free people jeans with the holes all in the knees, and they're like, you can't sell property. I'm like, what are you talking about? These jeans are $100 more than your little pantsuit, Missy. So so that's my brand is me, and I can't change who I am, and I can't be watered down. So I am finally at my little happy place in my brokerage, and I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, because when I can be Amy, or and I've just added Kurt onto my little team, then we are at our best when we can totally be ourselves. So my brand wasn't thought of. I mean, I've always worn bright colors. I've liked rainbows before rainbows were even hot,
Yeah.
So it is me. And if I try to be more professional or wear a Talbot outfit.
Well, I don't think it would be authentic. People would be like, who is this person? You're not being your true self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. How do you choose the platforms where you're going to go hard? Because you're on all of them, it seems like, but like, where'd you start?
Well, of course, everybody started on Facebook, but so Facebook and IG to me, and IG, you guys, is Instagram. I was doing I had a talk and seminar I was doing down in Charleston, and they're like, "What's IG, Amy?" I'm like,
"You're like,
it's
oh
Instagram,
God,
you big dummy." So I didn't say that. I was like, IG is Instagram. So I think that everybody started on Facebook back in the day, and then we added Instagram. So when I started selling real estate, Instagram was already
okay. How long have you been selling?
Since 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just give us some context.
Yeah. And and then 2020 TikTok, I added that. And then 2021, I added YouTube. And so 2022, I'll still do more YouTube. My goal is to really nail on in YouTube this next year. But I pick what makes me happy. The one that you can go the most viral on right now is absolutely still TikTok. And that's my baby, my jam. My people are over there. It's entertaining. It's organic. Not as much bull. I'm allowed to cuss on here. So there's not as much bullshit over on TikTok as it is, we're only going to show your post if it's a Reels. It's bullshit. I hate it. I'm tired. I don't want to look at TikTok and then go over to Reels and see the same thing. It's ridiculous. Right. So anyway, that's
how do you decide which content goes on which platform?
What do you like? So on TikTok,
because I don't think you put the same stuff out on all of them. Do you?
I don't. So Facebook for me, and I will say, if you guys have gotten a little bit Facebook sucks, I don't like it, I would suggest getting back over there.
We literally just did a podcast episode about that, because we're like, you can't forget about it. It's the old G.
Well, it is the OG.
Still finding realtors there.
Yes. Yeah. And I've had, on my business page, I've been really being a little bit more personal. Like I will say, if you're doing Facebook, you remember Facebook is more your local, you're pulling your local people in. Yeah. IG is a little bit of everybody. Yeah. And then TikTok is
the masses.
Everybody, my big question is, well, Amy, you're on TikTok. But you have a lot of followers, but they're not all from Auburn. I'm like, no, that's right. They're not all. Yeah. But guess what? There could be a realtor in Minneapolis who is sending me a referral that moving to Auburn. Like I get
and that's what I did with my bestie's son that bought a house. Picked up the phone, and you actually answered it on a Friday night. I'm like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm drinking wine. I'm like, that's what I expect you to be doing on a Friday night. And then it wasn't in your area, so you're like, hey, call my friend Deborah, and she took great care of them.
Yeah, it's all about. I mean, we have to stay connected, but connection can come in a lot of different ways, and it's cool. I mean, that's the thing. Like I have people I talk to that I've never met ever. Like have I met, but we talk almost every day through DMs on IG. It's
Isn't
just
that crazy?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, and also it's really cool because you can talk to other realtors from all over the country. And hey, how's your business doing? When we're not in competition with each other at all, and they're more likely to open up, like, oh yeah, well, I'm slow as shit, or hey, this worked for me and this didn't work for me. Where if you're local, I'm doing so good, I'm so busy. No, bitch, you're not busy. Ain't nobody
You're like,
busy.
I can look at your sales on MLS, you little liar, pants on fire.
Exactly. So I just love social for a lot of different reasons. But it's been. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have my haters, which I love my haters because they give me. I have a merch line dedicated to my haters called "Don't Be a
Oh my
Bitch."
God.
And
I love how much people give you shit about drinking wine. You're like, I don't need to go to Betty Ford. Calm the fuck down. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I had one of my best friends yesterday, and he's known me since I was 17 years old. And he goes, "How do you stay so thin and you drink so much wine?" I'm like, "You know me better than this. You also, I mean, I am not out getting drunk every single night. I might have a glass of wine in my hand. That's my brand. That's my brand.
Right. Yes.
And my 100-calorie glass of wine is way better than your damn Big Mac that you're going to go eat. So shut the hell up.
Totally. Yeah.
But it's also my goal in life is to be able to rep a brand. Like I want to be able to be a wine just for one label. That's all I want. So that would be kind of fun. But
yeah, you totally need that. So do you have a team behind helping make all this magic happen?
No, I don't. I mean, I have, I'm definitely a creative. And so the reason why I can sell real estate is because I can be able to, I use social media as a creative outlet. If I did not have social media to be able to use as a creative outlet, I would be bored as hell because it's just, and people are, sometimes they're not.
But you're not like editing video. You're editing videos behind the scenes and all that, or do you have a VA or do you have someone doing that?
On TikTok. I mean, anything that comes off of TikTok, like, is edited by me.
Yeah.
And then if it's anything that's like a longer video, maybe of me doing my 5 favorite things of a house, then I send it to my son, who's an editor, and I'm like, here, fix this, make it look pretty.
Awesome.
But I will say this, and I think that some of the problems, and I don't even know this is what we were supposed to be talking about, but I like talking about social media, so we're going to talk about this. So some of the biggest issues that people have on social media and growing their brand is they're not being truly authentic and real. Mm-hmm. The more I try to make something perfect, it's in the pooper.
Falls flat, probably. Yeah.
So that's why earlier I said I'm usually one take. It's because people like the real deal, and and if I mess up, if I stutter, if I say, oh, this house is 500, oh wait, no, it's really 450. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to go back and edit. I'm just like that's how it works. But I do have a son that edits because for me, anything techie is very frustrating. Mm-hmm. And so for me not to be frustrated and to have a good time with what I'm doing, mm-hmm. I just send it off to him and he does it.
That's
of course, he tells me I look stupid and I'm dumb and whatever, but it's my kids. So.
I love it.
Yes.
Okay, this is totally off my script. How did you and Kurt meet?
We met. So
he's like a second marriage, or
I'm on my third. He's on his first.
Okay.
Yeah. God love him. He married me. Poor
oh my God.
Dude.
You guys are you seem so compatible.
We are. Well, he's more, I am entrepreneur type A. He's like Mr. Golden Retriever lab, like everything. I mean, the man wakes up happy, goes to bed happy. And I'm like, let's go. Woo. And he's like, can you bring it down a notch? That's kind of how he is. No. So, yes, he married me. We're 11 years apart. So when we got married, he was 38 and I was 49 maybe, or 37.
I love that.
Yeah, it works.
And he's got to be a confident man to be like, okay, this woman is extra and I'm so here for it.
He is extremely confident, confident.
Oh
and that's
God.
Probably why my other two marriages did not work out.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, it's really hard to, and I said, I have to be, for me to be able to be productive and to do what I do best is for me to be able to be my own authentic self. And when you're not, and you're kind of held down like this with a thumb, you can't. Kurt lets me do that. He lets me be, and he also supports me and joins in. So
it's so fun. Okay, you touch on this bit. Let's talk about the merch. So, I mean, most real estate agents don't have merch. Let's be honest. So, how did that brainchild come about?
I've always, before real estate, I've always sold stuff. Like that's my thing. And so when, with t-shirts, I started saying, bless your heart. I've had a couple different t-shirt lines. One was very local to Auburn and it did really well, but I was at a point where I was having to mail them out myself. And let's be real, I suck at that. I'm like, oh yeah, you didn't get your shirt. Oh no. Oh my
sorry.
God. Yeah, sorry. Oopsie. Sold the house instead. So now I have a guy who actually sends out my stuff for me and it works a lot better. But so with real estate, when everybody started coming at me, as far as, anything, it could be anything. It could be about, my hair. You're a Karen, you need Invisalign, all kinds of shit I get. So I'm glad I have very strong parents that have taught me, like we tease really hard. So for me, it's just like, okay, this is a good bless your heart moment.
Yeah.
So I started bless your heart, which really means stink in southern terms. So I started that line last year, I think, when I was getting a lot of hate. When you get to a certain amount of followers, they just
you don't even care.
Don't have anything nice to say sometimes. And then don't be a bitch. I started that one too. Actually, don't be a bitch is a better seller than bless your heart. So that's kind of funny.
Christy is obsessed with fuck your fears. She's like, I'm getting that t-shirt.
Well, that's not my line. That's Platinum Giraffe. So if you guys don't follow the Platinum Giraffe, she's a hair.
No, I don't even know who that is.
She doesn't do real estate. She's a hair person. But one of my friends goes, Amy, you need to follow her. She's great, and she is. That's her line.
Okay.
Of course, my local LCAR, Lee County Association of Realtors, saw that shirt, and they're like, we don't know if we like that. I'm like, we're so sorry.
You're like, but guess what? I'm still selling houses, so back off.
That's right. Well, it doesn't say it all the way, the you is kind of, so yeah.
Right.
I do think that. I do think people get back to why people don't post or whatever. They're scared to, they overthink things. Do not overthink it. Just put it out there. Just don't overthink things. And that's where the good Lord has blessed me on that, not to overthink things too much, or not to criticize myself on film or anything, or pictures or anything like that. I am what I am.
It's totally serving you so well. Yeah,
I'm very lucky. Yeah, not everybody's like that. So
no. Okay, so we're obsessed with color over here at the BPR, and clearly you are too. Has that always been a thing? Like, we're so over the monochromatic, like beige real estate brands, so we can really feel aligned with the color. Tell us, like, has this always been a thing?
Yeah, that has always been. So back in the day, probably way before your time, there was this little artist named Mary Englebright. And she always had, like, I love quotes and I love bright colors, and I always have. And I think
I actually know who she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you?
I'm 52. Yeah.
You look good, girl.
Well, thank you. The cream's working.
So I started pulling off of her stuff a lot, and started like a lot of decor around like a Mary Englebright type of look, which was bright colors. My mother hates bright colors, so I think that helped me like bright colors. I'm like, yeah. So, when my mom comes to my house, she's like, oh God, it's just too much. She hates riding in my striped Mini Cooper. Absolutely does not want to do it. Cute. I just make her do it. She hates it. So, I think that some of that I found a little bit of, I'm not going to lie, a little bit of joy in just her horror of how I am. So I just take it to another level. But I will tell you, so my interesting story, or not so, we bought a townhouse back in the spring, and we Airbnb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to go live in that townhouse so I don't have to keep on moving around. Like, it's a lot because we Airbnb I call it my orange refrigerator house. It's where I do a lot of my videos. So I was like, well, we're just going to go live in this townhouse. So I made that townhouse very modern, chic. I mean, it's sexy. As if you can call a townhouse sexy, it's sexy.
Yeah.
And so about after week 2, I'm like, yep, I'm done with this. Don't like it. No, not enough color. We're moving. Kurt was like, what? I'm like, yeah, we're going to rent this one out. And so I put that one on the Airbnb, and then I went back over to my other one, and now I'm still back in color makes me happy. And so that's my happy place. And I can't even pretend to be like I'm something else without my color around. It brings me, I'm like, joy. So
I love that. Okay. So you have sons, right?
I do. Yeah.
So how did are they like, yeah, our mom's a little extra? Like, how did are they just like, yep, she's our queen? Like, how does that all work?
Well, I wouldn't say they call me their queen, but they embrace me.
Yeah.
They, when I first, so for an example, when I first started with TikTok, it was their age. I have 2 millennials and one GZer. So it's very interesting how, and they're all 3 so very different. I have 2 in video, which is great. Because they both have their own businesses, and then they're like, I can pull from them. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
They're creative, so I like that. But so when I wanted to get on TikTok and didn't know how to do it, they're like, you're too old for TikTok. You're just too old, Mom. You don't need to be on TikTok. I'm like, well, I'm going to be on TikTok because Gary V. If you guys don't follow Gary V.
Oh my God, Gary V. Love.
Yeah. He's my business crush, almost to the point of where my husband is a little bit jealous, I think, of my crush on Gary V. I have all of his books sitting over here. But he said during COVID, post 3 TikToks a day. And I mean, hell, we all have plenty of time. So I did what Gary V said, and one of them blew up. And we went viral. So viral is over 1 million views or likes or whatever. So then when my account started growing, they're like, hey, can you tag me? I'm like, no, I can't tag you. You told me not even to get on TikTok. So no, you go do your own little stupid TikTok.
Yeah, you're not going to be hanging on my coattails there.
That's right.
Guys.
No, I've worked hard on this. So it's been, but you know what? They are very, nothing I do shocks them. They're very supportive of how I am. My middle one is a awesome videographer, and for Christmas last year, he did a video. I asked, he said, Amy, what do you want for Christmas? I said, I just need a video and I need one, which I was thinking a video of a house that I was listing, like for free, because he charges me a lot of money, that little asshole. So that's what I was thinking in my head. He did a whole entire massive 45-minute video of my life. Like, he went back.
Oh, wow.
And it's absolutely really beautiful. It's called PETA, which is my nickname, the unicorn, or something like that. I forget. It's on my YouTube. But,
fun. I got to go look at that.
Yeah, it's done really well. And like how he did it and everything was done really well. But that made me go, okay, my kid gets me.
Yeah.
My kid understands me.
That's so special.
That's pretty special. And he accepts me. So I love that.
I love that.
But I will say, when they were young and I was pissed off at them for doing something, I would pick them up in my Mini Cooper. So I've had that Mini Cooper for a long time. And they're like, no, Mom, don't pick me up in the Mini Cooper. Because it's just, I have 2 cars, but that's my fun car. They're like, don't do it, please, Mom, please. It's embarrassing. You're so embarrassed. But now.
Okay, how'd you get all those stripes? Is it a wrap, or did you have somebody hand paint it? Oh, it's so freaking cute. I love it. Okay, let's talk about haters. So you say you're not super fazed by them, but like, are there ever times where you're like, God, I wish people just back the F off? Like, what do you do when haters come at you on social?
It's more so if it's on TikTok or something, it doesn't affect me or faze me at all, because you have to think of the general audience on TikTok. It might be they're younger for the majority of it, and then, but if it's on Instagram, my haters come at me on Instagram in my DMs, because TikTok, people don't give a shit if what they say on there, like the comment section, they don't care. I mean, it's such a large platform. But on Instagram, because a lot of Instagram people know me from the community and everything else, they won't say it. They'll DM me on there. And that's when it gets to be a little bit, and when you attack how I'm doing my real estate business, that really makes me very angry. That's the only part of where I have my haters that make me, like, I'm not being professional. That will get to me a little bit more than, you look like Mrs. Santa Claus or something. I'm like, what? Mrs. Santa Claus? I am a elf, not Mrs. Santa Claus. You know, instead of like, I'm not look like old lady Mrs. Claus in my head. But I think that when you start attacking my professionalism and that in my career, that will bother me a little bit. But I'm still going to climb on the countertops. I don't really give a shit. But I'm like, don't question my knowledge on, I know that the countertop's not going to break if I do this.
Yeah. So, you're a little peanut. Countertops will be fine. Well, and I'm sure like your vibe attracts the type of clients that you actually want to work with.
Well, then that's 100% correct. And I was having that conversation earlier this week as well. You know, we've heard this a lot. Your vibe attracts your tribe, and it's totally true. Like, there's this one neighborhood in Auburn, and I would say it's probably about 500 and up, maybe 600 and up plus, like $1,000, right? And I have not ever sold a house over there. Now, other like $1 million houses, yes, but for some reason, those little people in that neighborhood, they do not like me. So that's not my tribe. I don't understand. I'm like, well, okay. I mean, but you know, and actually now I think if they said, hey, Amy, I want to list a house, and be like, I don't think so. I'm going to keep my number like where I am at 0 in this neighborhood, just so I can say it. You know, I don't know, but they're all. It's like one of those neighborhoods that are all kind of alike. You know, but they're all like country club people, and I'm not meaning that ugly or anything like that. You can delete that, but not really. I really do mean that, and I'm not that person. So I'm definitely more, you know. I get the crazy people because people think I'm batshit crazy, and it's fun. We have a good time, you know.
I watched the your house tour with a hipster client with like the dreadlocks, but he's dressed like East Coast preppy. I'm like, feel like he's such a dichotomy, but I'm like, what a cool client. And so Christy's like, we should be doing that. I'm like, we don't have clients that are hip like that. Like our clients, most of our clients aren't like super trendy hipsters. So I just thought that was so interesting. I'm like, this guy's hella cool. I would buy his house in a minute. He is hella
cool. He's very cool. And he's a designer too, as you can probably pick up. Well, and I have a part 2 of that one coming out because his house is so incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, he's got great taste and he's a designer. Those are the kind of people that are attracted to me. Like those are my tribe. So he's like the perfect example of that.
I love that. Okay, let's talk about Kurt. How the fuck do you get him to wear like a bunny suit and like go along with the antics?
Well, he does not like the bunny suit. That's his least favorite thing that he likes. He loves being Santa Claus. We do a lot of but he has always been very supportive with that. And we have a lot of fun, except for the bunny suit makes him very hot, and I stick him in the Mini Cooper. He does not like that. But being Santa Claus and stuff, we started that during COVID together because people weren't being able to go out. Remember, it was like everybody was on lockdown. And he started that. And I guess this will be year 3, and he's already looking forward to it. And it's very interesting because people think, just like what you said, how do you get him to do that? I don't have to. I mean, he's like, I want to go and be Santa Claus at the store in downtown. And he called them up and da-da-da. I'm like, okie dokie.
I love it.
Home. I know, it's very sweet. It is he'll come home from working all day at his job. He's a medical device rep is what he is, full time. And he'll go in and put his little outfit on, his little Santa outfit on, go sit at a table and start calling kids. We have had a lot of requests for kids with cancer and stuff like that. So it's not just a local thing for us. It's all over the place. So it's been really fun. And that's one thing I don't ever have to go The only thing I have to beg him on is the Easter bunny, so to speak. And even if the dances or something, if I am sitting in, when he walks in, and if I have a TikTok on with a good, I know exactly what songs he likes to dance to. So I'll intentionally just put a TikTok song on that I know, like Backstreet Boy, or something he grew up in, the era he grew up in, and he'll be like, and so for that, it's like very natural, you know. And he's just a ham in front of the camera. He's a ham.
I love it.
He likes it. Yeah.
My husband's supportive of my business, but not to the extent that he would be dancing or anything like that.
Well, I mean, that brings him joy too. He's a much better dancer than I am. Now, I will say, like, he can be a little bit extra more than I can. If I can't nail a dance, then he gets mad at me. I'm like, well, this is what are you doing? This is mine. What? No,
you're stealing my show here, buddy.
Yeah, what are you doing? I don't understand. I mean, and y'all, I'm from Tallahassee, Florida originally. And then I ended up in Alabama. So I used to say I would never live here, but I've been here for a long time now. So I'm good. I'm good with it. He is originally from this town of 600 people. 600 people. And I have no idea who taught him how to dance. I do not know. I'm like,
he's a good dancer.
He's a very good dancer, and he can do keep it up. And he goes, well, I went to my sister's dance recitals. I said, well, what did you do? Study that thing? I mean, what were you doing at this dance? I don't know. But you either have it or you don't. And I mean, it's like I don't have that rhythm that he does. So.
Oh my gosh. It's super fun and it's really entertaining. Let's talk about, how do you balance everything? Like being a creative, being a realtor, being an Airbnb gal, like how do you do it all?
Well, I do yoga most every day, and I do walks every day for my mind. I also turn off the phone usually at 7. And if I don't turn it off, if I have right now I have a hot little listing, so I won't probably turn it off, but I might hand the phone to Kurt and just say, you take over from here with that. If there's anything I need to know, because with being a creative and being on social and putting so much out there, and then being, my goal is always to be in the top 1% of our area as a realtor, a lot. So I have to take that time, and I do it every day. Like, okay, I'm done for the day. Everybody knows I go to bed really early. So and I also tell my clients, I'm not going to answer your phone calls past a certain time. Yeah. So you can email me or whatever. That took time and boundaries. And so, okay, you can call me at 4:00 in the morning, but don't call me at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, type of thing. Yeah. So, I took a course with Darren Hardy. Yes, on
I love his book, what is it called? Like The One Thing or something?
Yeah, I'm in that, and I'm on the verge of doing it again. I'm going to try to do it every year, but he talks a lot about alone time where you can reset your mind, because I mean, let's face it, this right here is all we do, and your mind just gets so full of stuff. And He suggested putting your social media on no notifications. So I've been no notifications for a year now.
Oh, wow.
And then
so you just check it a couple times throughout the day?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I can stay productive, and then I don't trying to think of what else he taught. I'm only on there. I have a time limit on there as well. Okay. And so it'll
set a timer, or what do you do?
It does. It'll set a timer for you if you have a time on there.
When is your quiet time? Is that part of a morning routine?
Quiet and at night. At night, pretty much at 8 o'clock. I'm an early bird. I get up super early.
Me too.
I'll go and I would love to lie and say I read a book, but that's a big fat lie. I'll go and put on CS Criminal Minds or something, and or Yellowstone, which is coming back out. Oh my
God, I can't wait. Sunday!
and watch that, and then go to bed, and then fall asleep about 10 o'clock. I mean, but that calms me down, and it gets my mind away from, okay, what do I need to do to market next? What do I need to do? And it's just too much. And for me to be able to have all cylinders going, I need that time at night. So that's what I do.
That's awesome. Okay, so I saw that you host social media workshops. And it looks like you're doing this with your future daughter-in-law. Tell us, how did that come about?
We got finished with one. We did.
Yeah. So who do you market them to, and tell us about that?
I market it to everybody, my IG followers.
Okay.
That's it, on my IG. And so we do 10 to 12 at a time, 10 to 12 people at a time, because we really go in, we dive in a little bit deep with like I was doing it like a 4-week course, and then now it's a 3-week course but on that 3 you get us for an hour and a half once a week. And she's got 100,000 followers, and she does fitness. So we're different businesses, but she knows her stuff. And then I know my stuff, so it kind of works out. And it was really good. And then we all, it's so funny because like some of my very good friends now are people who took my workshop. And I also do some consulting, some social media consulting. I did a lot more of that in 2021. I did that, and I'm taking on a couple more clients right now. But 2022, I had a very high number I wanted to reach for a goal. And so
for what, followers or real estate sales?
Real estate.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went in hardcore this year, I should say, 2022, to hit my numbers. And it worked. So I was very focused on that and not as much on consulting. So, but I do love
it's hard to do everything.
Oh, it is. So I was like, my coach was like, what the hell are you doing? You're doing way too much. You need to focus in on one thing and do that really well. Because I was like, bee. And I do like a lot of balls in the air, and it makes me more productive, I think. But I had way too many. I had too many balls in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Since we've been had this podcast for almost 2 years, and we're always talking about building a brand and how important it is. And if you don't have a solid brand, good luck even being in business in the next couple of years. Like, what is your best advice to someone that's just getting started?
I would say pick a niche, like pick a niche, something that you love. And a brand can be like, I've got a brand. My brand is like, it's authentically me. Basically, it's me being me. But I always suggest, like, okay, if it's something that you like to wear, if it's something that you like to do, getting a little bit more personal with people, I think is important with your brand, instead of just being, I sold this home, sold, under contract.
I'm so over that. Yeah.
People do not care. They don't care about that. They really don't.
Nobody cares.
The only people that care about that is realtors.
Realtors.
Yeah. Like, what, we're out here tooting our own horns, like, oh, she's number one producer, blah, 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 blah. I mean, does a doctor go, I saved 3 lives today? Oh, no. But we're going to say, I sold 3 houses today.
Yeah.
And so there's a better way to market. And so I really, really concentrate on my brand not being that at all. But for me with the brand, like for example, let's talk about Glenda Baker. Her brand is a very, stars and stripes.
My stars.
Yeah. So she's got the stars on. It would be very unusual for y'all to see me in something, except for today I am in a white sweater, but that's all I had in the back of my car.
You got some good jewelry going on.
I do have jewelry on. I'm usually a little bit more bright. For me, it's usually something brighter, and I'm doing something more outrageous. That's my brand, type of thing. I'm very, I always start a video, and this drives my kids crazy, but I'm like, hey, this is kind of my brand. Also, when you start a video using some motion, it gets people's attention a little bit more than going like, I'm at 123 Maple Street. I mean, if I went, hey guys, I'm at 123 Maple Street. Woo, woo. I mean, that's way more exciting than it is. And I always end my videos too, and that's not necessarily a brand, but I always end my videos with, and home is the nicest word there is. Like that, And so and I have a lot of energy, and so I use my energy is also my brand. But you really got to hone in on what you're good at and go, okay, maybe I like, for me it's like color design, all that. I talk a lot about that. Figure out what you like and use that towards your brand. I had somebody say, Amy, you are your brand. Yes,
totally.
You are your brand. just keep on being you. And that's pretty much what everybody is. Like, be yourself. If you're not yourself, then people are going to call you out on that, and they're going to, she's fake, she's being fake. But if yourself is really boring and you get up in front of a house and go blah blah blah, blah, you might need to refigure your brand.
What would you say to that woman who's just feeling reserved and not being their true authentic self, like you show up every day?
Figure out how to, if you don't, so I was having this conversation about being authentic and how to leverage your brand through authenticity. And so if you're not comfortable, and not everybody's going to be comfortable in front of the camera, I don't know when that happened for me. I mean, I'm not a shy person. So for me, it was just like, filming days are my very favorite days. I mean, that gives me so much energy. I'm annoying as hell when I'm like, whoa, it's like a damn kid.
So do you batch film?
On batch day, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
So yesterday I was doing a photo shoot with some friends, and they're like, "You are wow." I'm like, "I know. I don't even know what to tell you. I'm so sorry." But if you are not comfortable in front of the camera, figure out a way to be creative behind the camera. I think everybody this day and age should be showing their face some, but my whole thing is don't be so judgmental on yourself, and don't listen to people go, "You shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that." Because if I would have done that, I would have listened to my mom many years ago, and I wouldn't be doing what I am today. Because she's like, "Don't do that. That's not appropriate, Amy Elizabeth Barton." I'm like, "Oh, well, screw you, Mom. I'm going to do it anyway." So, don't listen to whatever, like, you do what makes you feel good. And that's what people are going to be attracted to. If you are not comfortable in front of the camera, figure out a way for the time being to be comfortable behind the camera in a creative way. There's tons of ways to do it, but you're going to need to definitely figure it out, or you are going to get lost in the crowd for sure.
Yeah.
Did that make sense?
It totally did. And I think people think it's all or nothing. Like, if they're not really like out there with a super boisterous brand, then they're like, well, then I just have to be like, welcome to 123 Elm Street. And I feel like there's so much in between that people potentially are not considering.
That's right. There is. And you've got to figure that out. Like, like I said, you don't necessarily have to be you don't have to be like on that countertop or sitting on a mantle or whatever I do. I mean, that's not who you are. You need to figure out what you are. And that's what I like to do when I work with people. We try to figure out, okay, this is what you're good at. Hone in on this skill right here. And that's kind of, but it takes a while, you guys. And this is not overnight. I've always been the same way that I've been. Like, I really and truly could be a lot wilder than I really am.
I can imagine.
I really can. And one day when I'm not selling real estate, y'all are going to see me with pigtails and damn pink hair somewhere and a tutu. That's what I'll probably be wearing and going, that's, but because I sell real estate and got to kind of keep it, and I'm in a southern town and blah, blah, blah. I kind of keep it on the down low a little bit. But I think that there's ways to, you gotta have fun with it. You have to have fun with it. And if you aren't, that'll show too. But, don't spend so much time consuming other people's content and comparing yourself. Comparison is a thief of joy.
Absolutely.
Spend time creating, not consuming, because you can just consume. This again, we'll go back to this. It's a time suck. It's a time suck.
I know. I'll scroll for endless amount of time, and then I'll be like, God, I feel really shitty about myself. Why did I just do that? Like, if I would have shut it off.
You should never feel shitty about yourself. People, it's like, well, I look old, or I have wrinkles, or I sound southern, or I sound dumb. Well, you look that way in real life anyway. That's exactly how you look. So just get over yourself and put yourself out there. That's my other thing that I'll say. And you want to be different than what everybody else is doing. And that's kind of why I started what I did with video. It's like nobody else in this area was doing that. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to keep on being me. And that's kind of how it happened.
You've really tapped into something super special, and it's working. I love it.
Well, thank you. It's been a ride for sure.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here, Amy. Where can everyone find you? What are all the handles?
Facebook for business is Amy Barton Cotney, realtor at Roots Real Estate. You know how they make you do all that over there.
Yeah.
I will say that if you go check out my Facebook page, it's been doing really well. And I don't post a lot of videos on there because Facebook doesn't really been liking videos lately. They've been liking pictures. Mm-hmm. But I've been having a lot more leads off of Facebook, and I'm not boosting diddly do or running any ads. Mm-hmm. So if you want to see how I'm doing Facebook, go check that out. Because there's been a couple posts where I've had like 300 likes on a business page. That's a lot of likes, you guys, on a business real estate page. Asking people where they like to live, that kind of stuff. So just getting people more involved. So anyway, I would go back to what we said prior, spend a little bit more time on your Facebook business page. Then Sweet Home Auburn AL for my IG for real estate. And then Amy Barton C. And everybody's like, well, why do you do both of them? I think that with, and I figured this out after 2020, I think you need to kind of separate. You still need to be like on my Sweet Home Auburn AL, which is my real estate page. I do have personal stuff on there, but I try to kind of bring it back to housing stuff a little bit always. And I really didn't do that during 2021, and I revamped things at 2022. And so that's helped me a lot. So I really do a lot more real estate stuff on that one. And then Amy Barton C is like
your fun personal page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about TikTok and YouTube?
YouTube is Kurt and Amy. And then
Kurt with a C, right?
Yep. Kurt with a C. Yep. And then TikTok is Amy Barton Cotney, the Rogue Realtor. Yeah.
The Rogue Realtor. The Rogue. Yeah. Love it.
That's so somebody wrote an article about me, like when, I don't know what year this was, maybe 3 years in a local newspaper here. And they called me the Rogue Realtor of Auburn. I was like, hell yeah, I like that.
I'll take that. I better get that shit trademarked.
So now bringing Kurt into the picture. We are called Cotney Squared. Cotney with a little 2.
Cute. I love that.
It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun with it, I hope, if I don't kill him first. But,
So is he transitioning out of the medical field altogether?
No, he's still going to be doing that. Okay. If I knew what this market was going to do, I would be a little bit more. But, his benefits are very good, and he does like what he does. So he's always been helped me with my, like if I need something painted or for a client, he's always been very good at that. But he's going to be helping open doors. He's going to be a good door opener. He's going to be a buyer's agent.
I know. My husband's retiring from his real gig in a couple weeks, and we're like, should we get you licensed or not? We're still on the fence.
Well, I'm a little bit worried because he doesn't follow direction really well, and and I'm already he is one of those kind of guys that will go to Home Depot and talk to about 3 people and be gone for 4 hours, and I'm like, well, where are you?
Like, where were you?
Yeah. Home Depot. And then everybody in town will go, I saw your husband. He was at Home Depot. I'm like, yes, apparently he was for 4 hours. So. We'll see how well this works out, but I hope it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's going to be fun to see it unfold. Yeah.
Yes, it should be good. Hopefully.
Well, okay. Seriously, everyone, go check out Amy. Go find her on social. You're gonna fall in love. It's so fun. It's great. It's good stuff. I love it.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. Okay, Bus Bunch babes. Thanks for being here for this fun episode. And until next time, keep your face off a bus bench and keep being the badass boss babes that you are.
Okay, girls, are you feeling as inspired as we are? We're over here cheering you on because you just finished another episode of the Girl, Get Your Face Off a Bus Bench podcast.
If you want more, head over to girlgetyourfaceoffabusbench.com for show notes and more episodes. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. They mean the world to us, and they're what keep us going.
Girl, thanks for being here.